right? So we're going into our final week of pre-conference play, and that's you wrap that up, and then you're into the league, and we'll be into the league next Wednesday. So it's a very quick turnaround, and as we conclude this, we're going into a pretty big challenge over at Western Michigan University, as they've been playing extremely well, and they bring in a nice field of teams there with Auburn, IUPUI, and Western Michigan. We finished off with our home stands there with Oakland and North Carolina, and a nice crowd that we drew on Sunday. So we appreciate everybody being there. But it was a good game. I thought we started slow. Kind of a little bit stale at first. I didn't, I wasn't really pleased with the way we started off the match, but I think we finished on a strong note and really did a nice job blocking in that game and continuing to grow as a team. So I thought, starting a little bit like that, I wanted to see what our team would do with it. Where are you and how have we grown, and can you turn that around in the middle of a match? And I thought our team did respond to that and worked through maybe a slow start and then wrapped it up as time went on. So good news for us in that sense. We did have the day off then on Monday because of with the rules, you give them that next day off, and it gives us a little bit of a break, get our bodies back, and get ready to turn our focus to the Western Michigan tournament. As Jamie said, Western Michigan was where I was at before here, and was there for 11 years. And Colleen played for me and also was an assistant for me at Western, and then was brought back to be their head coach. And so there's a lot of history. I've known her since she was 16 years old, and I'm excited to get there. It is their alumni night, so we'll get to see some former players and that type of thing. So a lot of great memories from that. But we will not be sidetracked, and we will make sure that we're focused on what we need to do there. In that we start with Auburn. It was a very physical team, and get both Auburn and IUPUI in the same day, which is a pretty quick turnaround, and then playing Western Michigan at 5 on Saturday before we head out and get into the next phase of our season. So I liked the way, going back to North Carolina, I liked the way, some players might have struggled in one area of their game, but they picked up in other areas of the game. And I thought, our team did a nice job in that area. You can't let something that's not going your way change the way, the rest of your match. And I was pleased to see players stepping up in different parts of it. And as we continue to grow and get older and more mature and more experienced, that's going to serve us well as we go into the next part of our season. So really that's about it before we get on the road, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Cathy, excuse me, but for those of us that are not volleyball aficionados, in a non-contact sport, how is Auburn a physical team?
Well, their size is they're pretty strong and tall and lanky. They've got a lot of length, and they jump well. They're physical above the net. And when you're looking at volleyball, the net doesn't appear to be that high. You're looking at, about a 7'4", height there. But it's really the blockers and the jumping that you have over that. And how do you play over these players that are at 10 to 10'6" to 11 feet over the net? Like they're 11 feet. And so we have to play against that. So it's really the defense that you're working to get around. And so the more physical, the higher you play above the net. And so that's what that means there. Speed can also be a factor in terms of the way people cover the court and make sure that there's not a lot of openings to score through. So, their physicality is definitely, imposing. So,
is it true that this is your first time back there since being head coach, or since?
Yeah, I do. You're right. I've been doing this a long time, so yes, you're right. I did not know that, but yes.
So, being that it is your first time that you're going to be back there, why was it important, I guess, to play in this Western Michigan Invitational, and what it'll mean to you to be back for the first time?
Well, it'll be nice. Great memories that we had. those were through the years where the boys were very young, and they have a lot of fond memories of that time as well. But they were integrated into the into the family there, and so I know they're planning to come and see a little bit of this. But it's there were great memories there. There was we had a pretty strong fan base and booster group and the whole thing, and the players that played for me were outstanding, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them again. And so yeah, there's great excitement over that. And but I also know we're there to play and to do a job and to get after it. So I've got to keep my focus in there and make sure that the team's focus is where it needs to be for the weekend.
Does that seem like a million years ago
A
now?
million years ago. Like, it's so hard just even to think of how long ago when we talk about being in the 14th season here, and that I was there for 11 seasons. It seemed like I, was there for a long period of time, but this has even been longer, and, it just doesn't resonate, because in my mind, I'm the same age I was always, because we were, we coached 18 to 22-year-olds, so that way I can stay at, like, what, 30? But no, yeah, it does seem like a long time.
I couldn't help but notice Penn State and Stanford had an incredible match at
Yeah.
Penn State, and there was a ton of people there,
Yeah.
a highly ranked match. How excited are you to get into conference play and get some of those higher ranked?
Well, we start off at Penn State, right? And so the fan base is exceptional, and it is across the Big Ten. There's more attendance in the Big Ten than any other conference, and you do go into these raucous environments, and I know Western does a great job of that too, so we're looking forward to that. But it's fun, it's great, and it's daunting. It's exhausting, it's all those things, but I love the competition that you see each and every night, and how you just need to come up higher. I mean, there's no way around there's no way around being good. Any weakness you have will be exploited, and I love pre-conference, because you see some of those areas prior to getting into the league, because you just need to know yourself well, and you need to know what people are trying to pick apart, and get yourself a chance to really work on that, and get stronger as the year goes on. But it is exciting, yeah. It was a fun match. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and we'll look to see you soon. All right, bye.